Hey guys, and welcome to WTFn. I'm Annie.
And I'm Scott.
Let's lead in with a fun, uplifting story. Why don't you take this one?
Yeah, so there's been this virus out there that kind of pops up and warns people that they have accidentally downloaded porn and they're gonna turn them into the feds if they don't, click this link and give them credit card information to hand over to clear out their computer. Anyway, I thought this was a ridiculous story when I first saw it, just like, oh, who's ever gonna click that link thinking, oh, my computer's infested with porn, I better pay them to clean it out. Well, one Virginia man was using his computer to get, child porn. And he got this virus and he turned himself into police because he saw the FBI warning and thought it was real.
God, I'm surprised.
I mean, I'm glad he did, but.
Yeah, I'm surprised this doesn't happen more because there are a lot of
dumb people?
gullible people or people who are just not savvy enough to have heard.
Yeah,
I mean, it's mind-boggling though, because like if the feds were really onto you, like would they? You can't resolve the situation by giving them like a donation.
But I just like that the guy was just so riddled with guilt. He's like, oh man. They got me.
I mean, it's kind of genius.
He brought his computer down to the police station. He was like, put the handcuffs on me and my computer. We're both terrible.
Yeah,
So.
I mean, well, if it can catch, child predators.
Yeah, thanks for making that virus, guys. He got one person off the internet.
Yeah. Now, on a sort of related note, I guess, there is a sensor. Someone has these guys. From Taiwan University, National Taiwan University in Taipei, have invented this sensor that literally knows when you're lying through your teeth. This device can be fitted into dentures or a dental brace, and they want to miniaturize the device to fit into a cavity or a crown. And what it does is there's a tiny circuit board that fits into a tooth cavity, and there's an accelerometer that sends data on mouth motion to a smartphone. It's taught to recognize jaw patterns and stuff like that can determine whether you are lying.
About eating? Whoa.
Or lying about certain habits. Yeah, I guess like eating, speaking.
Wow.
Yeah.
Who
would wear that?
Who would wear this? Who'd be like, you know what? I've been eating a lot of Doritos lately and I really got to cut back. You know what I should do? I'm going to implant a chip on my cavity.
I mean, has anyone out there never lied to a doctor? Because if we all
how many times have I? Oh yes, of course I've been flossing.
Of course I floss every day.
I floss like 5 times a day, all the time. Blood.
Yeah. So I don't know what the incentive is to use that, but if you want to get the most out of your doctor's visits,
yeah, that's really dumb.
So here's something kind of cool, very unrelated, but this is kind of morbidly addictive. It's a site that someone created that fits with the Google Earth plugin. And what this does is let you nuke any city or anywhere on Google Earth in 3D and see basically what would happen if there were a nuclear bomb dropped on San Francisco.
And how did it look for San Francisco?
Not great. It doesn't really look great everywhere.
Not great.
But it's it's kind of interesting. It's a little addictive. It's a little like playing Civilization, where you could have the option to bomb cities.
Oh wow!
I would feel bad.
You can reenact the movie The Day After. That was a horrible TV movie from the 80s that scared any child who watched it. Look it up. Jason Robards. It's a scary disaster movie about atomic bombs dropping on Kansas City. It's frightening.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Check
You'll
it
have
out.
nightmares.
Now, what about something a little more uplifting here?
A little more uplifting than bombs dropping on Jason Robards? Yes. This is an awesome story. So there's this 97-year-old guy named Hal Lasco who paints with MS Paint. He exclusively paints with MS Paint. He used to be a font designer. He used to design fonts like Lasco, if you guys have seen that font. It's on wedding invitations all the time. His vision was going out, and he could no longer paint anymore. So his grandkids got him a computer, and he started playing with MS Paint. And he liked it because you could zoom in on tiny areas and he could focus on it. And so he was focusing and just drawing, and it would take him, he would spend years on a single painting. But these prints are amazing.
Yeah, they're awesome.
He does like a little cartoon ram. I love his roller coaster print. He does landscapes. They look great. I never thought you could do that with MS Paint, but Hal Lasco proves you wrong. If you want to buy them, They're on
Buy them
sale.
online.
Yeah.
And this guy's also a World War II veteran.
Yeah.
He's been around the block.
Yeah, well, 97 years will do that to a man.
Yeah, and I don't think I also read that he didn't really start his art career until he was in his 80s. So it's,
Well, he didn't start his pixel career.
Yeah.
Because he just kind of took to MS Paint like a fish to water.
Yeah, pretty cool.
And here's something that's not so cool. This guy, Eric Chevalier, he had a...
Which means, wait, does that mean something in French?
Probably, I don't know, probably dick in French. I don't speak French. He had a Kickstarter project where he was trying to make a board game for $35,000. He ended up raising $122,874, and then he took the money and ran. He wrote all of his backers saying, "Hey dudes, like I didn't realize it cost this much to make a game. You factor in how much I spent on art for the instruction book, me having to move back to Portland, and then like other stuff. And like, hey man, I'm not gonna give you the money back. Sorry, bros." What? Not cool, dude. So this kind of also brings up a point. Like, if you're contributing to a Kickstarter project, it's a donation. You have to treat it as such.
That's why I don't do it.
Yeah. Speaking of donations, a woman stole $821,000 from her boss. She made a whole bunch of credit cards and started spending it on jewelry and trips, and now she set up a GoFundMe site where she is asking people to crowdfund her bill of $821,000 so she doesn't have to go to prison. So far, she's raised $290.
Well, hey, put your pennies in the jar, and eventually you'll save up $800,000.
Yeah. Oh boy.
To avoid going to prison. What? How did she do that? She made credit cards.
She made credit cards. Her boss, I think, he was like a hedge fund guy, so he had the name to back it up, and she made the credit cards in his name. She just started charging trips all over the world and jewelry, and yeah, it takes some balls.
Yeah.
It takes some big ass balls, lady. It takes even bigger balls to ask people to help you pay off your debt. You're a horrible person.
I mean, she just like, I don't know how this happened.
Yeah, all this, I have to pay it back? Oh, I thought it was free. Anyway, that wraps it up for this week's episode of WTFN. If you guys liked what you saw, please subscribe to the channel. We're so close to 100K. So close to 100,000 subscribers, so close. Also, if you want to leave a comment, go ahead and do that down below. Till next time, I'm Scott.
I'm Annie.
Enjoy your weekend.
Have a great weekend.
Enjoy it.
Oh my God!
What are you doing this weekend?
I am going to a fish-themed wedding.
Fantasy under the sea wedding? Wow.
Why is that weird?
There's nothing weird about an undersea wedding. I saw the Little Mermaid.
It's gonna be great. I have a pantsuit with fish all over it.
I thought you were gonna go as Ariel, and just with a fishtail.
Those fishtails are expensive. If you want to get a nice one, they're pretty pricey. They're a few $100s, and
you're not gonna spend it.
I don't really know these people.
Oh, okay, yeah. Good move going with the fish pantsuit. Where did you find a fish pantsuit?
At a thrift store.
Oh, of course, of course, of course.